officially rock bottom. Pelicans fall 101-93 to the Magic, presented by Birdsall Law Firm. The official injury lawyers of Boot Crew Media, located at 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. The Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Crew Media, joined with Chaz. I don't really have much to say. What do you say? You couldn't score 100 points against Orlando tonight. A rookie came into your building. I didn't think Paolo was great tonight, but he closed you out in your building in a must-win situation. That's a problem.
I think he was clearly the best player on the floor, from tip off. It's I think Willie Green is probably the worst coach in the association. I don't care about all that staff stuff, bro. All that stuff is irrelevant, bro. Because it's at the end of the day, it's you get the final say. You get to make these decisions. If not, why are you here? And this team isn't motivated. And this stupid lineup adjustment with, we're going to go defense. Okay, you've gotten blown out, 2-3 first quarters in a row now?
Yeah.
Maybe if you weren't battling back from 10, you could probably 10, 20 points. You could probably win some of these games. You gave up 36 points in the first quarter, I believe.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the starters tonight, out of all 10 starters,
right,
who do you think had the least amount of shot attempts?
Giannis. Oh, and there was a play. Oh man, I noticed.
Him and Josh both had 4.
Yeah, but Josh, he's not a guy.
Josh is not your focal point of your offense.
Yeah, he's like a utility kind of guy, right? Okay, There's another play. Jonas has Gary Harris sealed, right? Brandon has the ball. Jonas does not touch the ball. I think it goes it's just another terrible Brandon shot. Man, look. Man, Brandon sucks, man. He just does.
I gotta disagree with you. I don't I think without Brandon tonight, we might lose by 40. I'm serious. He is at least. He's setting up his none of his teammates do anything, Chaz.
They certainly
making dimes, and there's no shot making whatsoever on the roster. It's nauseating to watch.
Okay, but the thing is,
Brandon, but
hold up,
it's nauseating.
It is nauseating to watch. But you did mention before that Brandon was a 40% 3-point shooter on the season, and I said that's BS. Brandon went 2 for 7 tonight.
All right, what did CJ put up there?
From the three?
He
1 for 8.
Huh?
Field goals 8 for 18 for 18 points. The only thing I'll say CJ did positive tonight, I thought he had a really good fourth quarter, but the whole game he was awful across the board.
Chaz. And I mentioned this to you before we got on. I applaud CJ for battling through an injury and playing through an injury.
Right.
And it's your right thumb on your shooting hand. I get it. That's tough. That doesn't mean you shoot more 3-pointers. I would think you would start maybe facilitating more, maybe focus on defending, collapsing the defense, getting others involved. You don't just jack up 9 or 10 3-pointers a game when your shooting hands hurt. So I truly don't get. I think they should give him a couple weeks. He's not right. Clearly, he's not right. And he's playing, and he's not affecting the game whatsoever on either side of the basketball. And that's
especially not positively.
No.
I think honestly, looking at it, I'm like, well, damn. CJ is probably one of the only players on this team who can get to the rim at will because he has such a crazy, crafty handle. He just won't do it. He just won't do it. And he did it a couple times.
Hey, do you think he's scared of contact because of the pain?
I think he's scared. I think he may be scared of contact, but I don't want to give him a out because I thought CJ did this more often than not this season. He hasn't been this bad, but again, it's just when there was another 2 plays in particular where the Orlando Magic were able to get so the Pelicans miss the shots. The ball's right by CJ. CJ doesn't go for the ball.
Doesn't go on the floor.
Doesn't go on the floor. Then on the ensuing possession, he does it again. Like the same, and no one calls a timeout and pulls CJ out of the game. Willie Green is probably the worst coach in the NBA. And I don't even think it's close. Because if I say Silas, because okay, here's the thing. If I ask you to tell me why he isn't, what can you tell me that Willie Green does well?
It's fair. It's a fair question. I think that personally, it's my opinion, but he's completely lost right now. He's a coach that whatever he puts out there, nothing works. Everything's going against him. The players are not helping him out. Chaz, like I get it. Like there are some things you can blame on Willie Green. You want to talk about rotations, you want to talk about minutes played, etc. I get it. X's and O's, sure. But when your team is consistently making 4 or 5 3-point attempts in today's NBA game, you're not going to win.
Wide
It doesn't matter if this is Phil Jackson. It doesn't matter if this Red Auerbach. It doesn't matter if this is Ty Lue. It doesn't matter if it's freaking Steve Kerr. Okay? Nobody, and I mean nobody, can win games with this roster construction. So yes, I agree. We've been tough on Willie. But let me get this, Chaz. This is what pisses me off. Because me and you have been drilling this since the offseason that this team needs shooting. And they need to go get it now. They need to go get it in the offseason. And guess what? It's now February 27th of 2023, and they still haven't addressed it. That's the problem.
Well, I think it's a part of the problem, right? I don't think that's the problem in totality. Because, again, there was a play with, but here's the thing. These aren't like, you're getting paid $30 million. You have to be able to hit.
He's part of the problem. He went
CJ, Brandon. I think Trey went 1 for 4. And that one at the end of the game doesn't really count. So it's like, and Trey didn't even play the entire fourth quarter. It's like I just can't accept that a better head coach wouldn't extract more value just from an accountability standpoint, just by saying, hey, don't do that anymore. Don't do that. Stop doing that. You do that again, I'm pulling you out.
Let me ask this, Chaz. And this is where you can blame Willie. This is a scenario you can blame Willie. Okay, shot's not falling from deep. It's just not one of your nights. It hadn't been one of your nights for a month.
Right.
How does JV have 4 shot attempts? How does Billy Herningham is not getting the game? How is it not just, as they say, paint to great, when they mean that? They get the ball in the paint and get a great shot, paint to great. They say all this shit and then they don't apply it to a game.
I don't even think Willie knows where that even comes from. That's probably just some stuff just think of all these stupid cliches that come up with the you got to play with force. We didn't fight tonight. Our guys didn't battle. It's like, dude, no, it's you. It's starting with you. You refuse to start Trey Murphy. Give him a chance to fail. Give him a chance to fail with Herb out of the lineup. Maybe like when Trey got his early minutes, he played well. My issue is with Trey. And again, I'm not a huge Trey fan, right? But if Trey does some of the things that Brandon or CJ does tonight, you never see Trey again. Hence, why you never saw him in a fort. Right?
Presented by Company Barrier, located 4600 Ferret Street. What are we doing with Dyson?
Well,
what are we doing with a 19-year-old and listen, I get the ankle injury. So then why wouldn't you send him to the G League to get him right, get him minutes? He hasn't played, Chaz, in a month. He hasn't played a game of basketball. I don't count New York. I know we already went over this. I don't count New York. Game basketball in a month. You're just letting him rot away on the bench. 19-year-old. Okay, he's shown some positive things this year, and then you just completely shut it off. What? And then also, I know Kyra Lewis isn't this stud, okay?
Yeah. But he deserves a shot.
Can you give me a different look for once? You want to blame Willie for that stuff? I'm all aboard. That's fine. But it's the same things over and over and over. You go at the same. Jackson Hayes. I tweeted something out.
I
Jackson
didn't
Hayes
think
is
he
good
was
tonight.
terrible. I thought he was
You thought he
okay.
was terrible? I mean,
No, I said I didn't
him.
think he was terrible.
Oh no,
Because
he was fine.
I say that because the bar for terrible has been set so low by the $30 million men. Like you guys are getting 30 mil just at the
I don't
end of the
think
day.
Brandon was that bad tonight,
Justin,
man.
at the
I'm with you. Go ahead.
Justin, these guys were missing. Okay, with CJ's misses, I'll say this: a lot of them were at least close. You like, okay, rimmed out, but he still missed. Right? Herb air balls, Brandon off the front of the rim, off the back of the rim, off the side of the backboard. It's like, what are we doing?
Chaz, if Brandon doesn't play tonight, we might have scored 60 points, maybe. I'm
Okay,
serious,
so
maybe.
but let me ask you this: he did play tonight. What happened in the end? Like we lost. Like who? I mean, he doesn't affect winning. Who cares? Like who cares if he plays or not? You're not winning with him. This whole time it's been wait till we get Brandon back. Wait till we get, and he's back. And you look just as bad as you were with him.
This
It's
sucks.
just like, and the Fort, Herb and CJ were probably the best players in the Fort. And that's crazy to say, considering how terrible that their games were, that those two were the best players in the Fort. It's bad. And
Chaz, there's so many people lighting Herb up. You can't do. You're yelling at a second year player. You're $30 million man, the leader of this team. Not Brandon, CJ. I'm talking about so everyone don't flip out. Has been bad. He's been bad. And once again, hats off to you for playing injured. That doesn't mean you keep shooting. You 8 to 9 to 10
do something else, bro.
Can we do anything else? Also, before we get off, Chaz, I have a couple timestamps of screening, just in general. Jackson Hayes, Jonas Valanciunas, Trey Murphy, from our bigs. We don't screen anybody. No shit, we're not open. We don't screen anybody. I mean, Jackson Hayes screening tonight was laughable. It was legitimately like he did the big things tonight. It was high school level screening. It was awful.
But Justin, even then, when you do set screens for your two primary ball handlers, the only one that keeps moving is Herb. Everyone else stops. They stop, survey what's going on, and take a bum-ass mid-range contested jumper. I saw it several times tonight. Franz Wagner was on Brandon's hip. Brandon, just attack the rim. You're in the bonus. Draw the referees were trying to give us the game. Everybody was on the
Pelican side. We're always bitching the refs now. I can't stand it.
Now tonight is funny because you're not going to see anybody say, "Oh, the refs gave the Pelicans some favorable calls." The refs weren't that bad tonight. They were actually pretty good. The Pelicans were in the bonus early, and they just Jose up face. You got the guy in the air, Jose. He's in the air, Jose. Just jump into the contact, bro. It's like, come on, dude. It's all a reflection of the coaching staff, bro.
CJ McCollum 1 of 8 from deep. Last thing, your tweet, I think, was one of the funnier things you've ever said. Is Joel Myers, and I quote, if you don't follow Chaz, it's Cheddar Chaz on Twitter.
Yeah,
you said Joel Myers would add a lot to the staff.
He would.
Why?
Because for one, listening to Joel Myers, I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Because I know I see this. When you listen to Joel Myers hates this team. Let me say it respectfully. I mean, what I mean by that is Joel Myers probably thinks this team has one of the lowest. Look, Joel Myers been in this game for a long time. This is probably one of the lowest IQ teams Joe Myers has ever seen. Like him and AD, they just be like throwing barbs and just like they're hilarious. They're the best broadcast duo in the entire NBA. Hands down.
Completely.
Joe Myers is just like, yo, what are you doing there? Why would you do that?
It's so funny because Joel will like speak under his breath and AD will talk over him, but Joel Myers is just bashing the players.
Oh God, CJ and he gives it right back. CJ with the turnover. You got to run with him. Oh, and nobody gets back. Okay.
Time out, Pels. There's still time left, though.
Still time left. Pels down by 12. CJ, he's due. Oh, off the backboard. Brandon, an easy one. Oh, he blows it. All right. Like that's just how it goes. Like these dudes suck, man. These dudes suck. Yo, my
I'm sorry,
God.
I can't. I can't hold it together. I gotta get off. I'm done. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like Joe, that's what I'm talking about, Joe. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. You see how he how he dived right there? How he cut? Brandon has to pass him the ball, Joe. That's how I go.
I feel bad for AD, bro. I mean, he's got to do such a tough job. I don't know how he's doing.
Man, yo, I'd have been got fired.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm like, you mean to tell me?
It's truly crazy. Like, comment, subscribe. Presented by Birdsall Law Firm, Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street, and the Rusty Nail /Sidecar Bar. Make sure you go check them out. We were going to plan on having live shows for the playoffs at the Rusty Nail, but see ya.